Hello and welcome to Property Box News. I'm Simon Evison. It's a beautiful sunny day here in London today, and I hope it is wherever you are and you're enjoying the sun. Not getting too hot, I hope. Now, coming up, we'll be looking at short-term room rents and Wimbledon tennis. First though, former Secretary of State for Work and Pensions Ian Duncan Smith, the architect of Universal Credit System, which is currently being rolled out across the country in one test area after another, is the latest voice to join the growing chorus against the government's tax hikes. Writing in the Sunday Telegraph, he says that small-scale buy-to-let landlords have been treated badly by Osborne's tax measures and that it's time to look again at the way we treat private landlords who buy houses to rent. George Osborne's decision to impose a stamp duty levy on the purchase of homes to rent, to restrict mortgage interest relief to the basic rate of income tax and to tax a landlord's turnover rather than profits have led to landlords scaling back or even leaving the sector altogether. Commenting on the far-left view and their pressing for renationalisation of social housing and the ending of private property rights, the former Tory party leader says that kind of government knows best view may seem alluring, but those of us who remember the sink estates, vast rent arrears and often substandard housing when councils ran social housing know that it was far from a panacea. On the other hand, he says private landlords are a significant provider of the additional housing we need. He feels they should also be encouraged with devices such as VAT relief on conversions or even capital allowances. He went on to say if the purpose was to stop foreign owners buying up property and leaving it empty, we would be better off levying a tax on empty homes. For example, in New York, apartments can incur a tax of up to $20,000 if they are left empty. He said, I believe social housing is the issue of our time, and that is why I have asked the Centre for Social Justice to put together a team of all parties to review this and recommend the necessary changes. The British people need calm heads, not political point scoring, as we work to improve the lives of those in social housing. And as the tax changes kick in, mortgages for business have revealed that over half the buy-to-let lending went to limited companies in the last quarter for the first time ever. Now, if you rent a room in your home, it's important you set it up correctly to be eligible for tax relief. The scheme applies to those who let a furnished room in their house on a temporary basis, and it also applies to guest houses and B&Bs. Creating a separate entrance and self-contained facilities will render it as a separate residence and therefore ineligible. Unfurnished rooms and rooms that are being used by others as an office are also disallowed. Landlords who let rooms while they are abroad cannot claim the tax perk either. Rent-a-room relief is brilliant for living landlords. You can get £7,500 tax relief, but you should be aware the scheme is currently under review for short-term let. And finally, while we're on the subject of short-term lets, the Wimbledon Tennis Championship is upon us, and as Andy Murray attempts to defend his crown, local residents and landlords can cash in on the influx of players, umpires and personnel. Letting agents have always seen a spike in rental around the area around this time of year, and some residents will let their entire home to players and support staff. Others will pocket a little extra spending money by letting their spare room. This year, the average room rent has risen from the normal £385 for a short-term let to nearly £600 per week. For some, letting their entire home, they begin marketing as early as January to secure the best price. Owners need to consider new bed linen and fresh towels and milk in the fridge, Sky package and everything a player would need to settle in hassle-free. That's all from me. I hope you enjoy the tennis and the weather. Goodbye. And Wimbledon. Brilliant, 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 we say. Brilliant. In New York, apartments cannot... Oh, what? The former Tora...